advocates, providing social support and health system navigation, all with the goal of improving health. By building trusted relationships with patients, community health workers can get a fuller picture of their health and wellness needs, connect them to the right resources, and stay with them through the process. If you or someone you know has had trouble navigating healthcare resources or suffers from chronic illness and doesn't know where to turn, you know how helpful an advocate can be. That's why community health workers are so important. Now you can be a part of the program too. Penn Medicine is hiring community health workers to serve as a critical bridge to the communities we serve. Go to careers.pennmedicine.org and search job ID 192627 to apply.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. WURD's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Chambers of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia is hiring a research analyst. Penn Community Bank is hiring a customer service representative. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative, brought to you by WURD Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD Radio, 900 AM and 96.1 FM, WURD, Philadelphia, celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk media, streaming online at wordradio.com and the WURD Radio app.
The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on WURD Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Happy hump day to you. I gotta find out the origin of that. You know, you just pick up these sayings, and I'm not really sure from where that comes. I need to make sure I know what I'm saying when I say that. Well, happy Wednesday to you. Okay, family? Happy middle of the week to you. I hope you're having a great start to your week as we're coming off of that wonderful holiday weekend. I hope you all, well, no, I wonder, how about this? I wonder if you all finished those plates, those extra plates that you put aside? That's what I was wondering. That's what I was trying to think of how to say that. Have you finished all of those leftovers? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? I'm curious to know. Just curious to know. In any event, we are always happy to have you join us. And you know about whom I speak. That is none other than Nick Steptoe, my illustrious show producer. Hey there, Nick. I pray and hope all is coming along well with you. And for our Sagittarians, happy birthday to you, especially if you are celebrating a birthday today. Happy, happy, happy. Because, I believe we should all be celebrated and spoiled. Absolutely right. Family, if you are joining us on our socials, let us know. Let us know. Share a comment and send us some love because we love it any way you care to share it. And to that point, you can even give us a call. You can always do that. But you can dial 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. And for any one of our family members whose light is shining just a little dimly or whose spirits are heavy today, you know what? I'm sending you all the extra love and hugs that you can handle because sometimes we just need that. Sometimes we do. I'm sending that to you on behalf of your entire tribe and village. Yes, I am, because I want you to know that you're not alone. You are so not alone. So not alone. That's why you have us here. That's why you have your tribe and your village right here, right here. And to that point, there's some housekeeping that I want to get out of the way so we can get to our first guest of the evening. What I want to share with you, first of which is about the harvest. Family Word Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. So if your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Just visit wordradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. Family, it is harvest time, and we are sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. The second thing that I want to share with you is about membership. I want to remind you, it's coming. It's coming. Family, I want to remind you that we need the support of our community. Yes, we do. Our Forward and Up campaign has an unprecedented goal for WURD Radio to recruit 2,000 members of the Forward movement. Now, I tell you this, and I've been telling you this, and I know you know it. I believe in WURD. And because you are listening and watching, I happen to know that you do too. So if you are not already a member of the Forward movement, well, now is the time. Just go to wordradio.com and click on membership. It's right there at the top of the page. Help us to reach our goal of 2,000 members in our 20th year of Black Talk Media. Before we move forward, I've got one more thing, just one more thing. I know. This last thing that I want to share with you is about empowerment. So family, get ready, okay? Our 7th annual empowerment experience is coming. Join WURD Radio on Saturday, December 9th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church Family Life Center, located at 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. So this year, family, we acknowledge the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics through Ujamaa, with a culture-filled holiday marketplace experience featuring artisans and creators of color. You can shop from creations featuring jewelry, clothing, pop-ups, and more. There will be health screenings, job and career resources, and also empowering conversations. But if you're interested in vending, all you have to do is call the station. You can do that by dialing 425-7875 and just press sales for more information. The empowerment experience is free. So keep it locked to Word or visit wordradio.com for more exciting details. Family, make sure you save the date, okay, for September, that's a lie. Saturday, December 9th. That's what happens when you talk too fast. Saturday, December 9th. Saturday, December 9th. There we go. Give the gift of culture this holiday season. The 2023 Empowerment Experience is sponsored by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, Brown's Family ShopRite, Dietz and Watson, Hers, and Pico. Did you get all of that? I hope you did. I hope you got all of that information. I don't know. I don't feel like a whole lot of pens were out. I'm just teasing. Y'all know I'm teasing. Before we move forward, I want to acknowledge some of our family members that are checking in. Brother Nasir is checking in, and he's sending peace and blessings to everybody. You know, we receive that. We receive it, Nasir, and we send them right back to you. And Miss Lily is checking in as well. Hi there, beautiful. Always happy to have you join us. And one of my boops, Pepper Thomas. Hey, she says, hello, girl. Hey, girl. And Smitty's checking in tonight. That's right, Darren. Smitty is checking in as well tonight. Hey there, Smitty. Happy to have you join us. I'm going to take a moment to go to our phone lines because our family members are calling to check in as well. Hello there, and thank you so much for calling.
Hi, Cal. How you doing?
Ron, how are you?
I'm coming along. I had surgery. But I'm so proud. So God blessed me to address the medical team. But I come with no malice. And because I come with no malice, and I see the shit, mine is a little arthritis. And I thank God for me addressing that. I use the J. I won't give it the name, the J Hospital.
Okay.
When I had my surgery, Dr. Hosat came on WRD live with me on the air. Doctors usually don't do that because of my behavior. And because of it, I really think I made a difference some kind of way. I don't have an inferior complex. That's number one. Number two, in this situation where I was at this week, I reminded the doctor of the Hippo oath. And I use that for a reason. I reminded him of Hobby Lobby. All of it intertwines with one another. And because of me being a very aware man and knowledge man with God's guidance, I was able to have them people look at me as the individual, and hopefully what I said and what I said can make a difference for others. We're living in some very racial times in these institutions. And so I'm saying I'm doing well. I'll be all right. I'll be fine. And it's very important when you go in these medical places, the people that listen, Mr. Malcolm, all you guys that listen, if you have a family member, be sure to go in there with them, because it's some irrepeat behavior that be taking place with some of these people in the medical position. Not all of them. That here they need that other person there to represent them. And so I'm just glad, and thank God for all y'all at WRD. I don't know what gift that I could give anyone, but my gift, I believe God has given me this, to be appreciative of people that have been kind to me, just as they have been kind to other people. And that's the greatest gift in life. Because when you do that, when I go somewhere, I'm doing something, it's your inspiration to me that prepares me to handle all things and not using any profanity or anything like that. God bless my tongue, maybe for an hour, and then the rest of the things take place. So look after your loved ones. Go to these medical places with them. My granddaughter, beautiful person. Her appearance is beautiful. Her mentality is not compromised when it comes to negative crap. and to have someone to speak for you that maybe not can do the things that your grandparent or somebody can do. It's something Miss Roxy said that come on the radio here. She said about her dad, which I remember that guy. But this is what she said. She said when it comes to the elders, to represent them without trying to take over the family and stuff. She was encouraging other people like yourself, Carol, and I like yourself because I know you. How can I say it? I believe you would do that. Your sensitivity, your kindness to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves. That's the gift of life. And this is why when I think about you, Cal, your discipline, your obedience, your confidence, your music, all of it binds together. I'm very fortunate to have heard the words that you have said down through the years, crying for that gentleman that got sick, all that type of stuff. This is things money can't buy. So tell Mr. Real, hope that he's doing well. Thank you.
Ron, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for always sharing positivity. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your vulnerability. And thank you for always just encouraging us to do better and to be better. I know they say when you know better, you do better. So thank you. Thank you for that. Always. I'm going to go to our other phone line. We have another family member waiting to talk with us. Thank you so much for calling.
Good evening, Carol. Good evening to you.
Hi, Miss Audrey.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge those healthcare workers, doctors, scientists, and such as your guest a few days ago, the professionals who research, Nafis Norris, who stands up, Lord help me with my English, stands up, I can say it, help me, Carol, who stands up in the first, who are steadfast and assert what they know is their truth, which is our truth, insofar as is only so far that they can go in researching the human body and the continuum of how they have been doing it over decades, as we often hear from the veteran who calls from Germany. It would make us cry for many a day and a many a night. And as you're saying, if it was not for their vulnerability, their transparency, these topics that are difficult to have, that is a recurrence year after year, is necessary because that repetitiveness of evil and wrongdoing has. So taking a moment to give honor to those persons, practitioners, etc., who have saved lives and continue to save lives. And don't let anything go under the wire where they see that it is an endangerment to not just one, for many. And with that said, Carol, I don't know any other way to say this other than to say it. Very serious news to tell everybody and I wrote this down with a pen. I haven't watched the national news, which was an international report. Very serious news to tell everybody. What I'm about to say will turn your laughter into tears. I know that anger is not the answer. The following was heard on the report, in an ongoing investigative report, child labor abuse. The iconic industry, Mars, their billionaires, are refusing to answer the inquiry. A whistleblower of 13 years, Carol, when I say if you watch it, you need to be holding the hand of someone else because it is disturbing to see. Children who are 5 years old and older holding machetes in their hands, cutting cocoa nuts. And the biggest lie that was told when you see the fee, should you decide to do so, when you see the reports of name after name after name where the billionaires promise is that these children will have some type of trust. Well, there is someone who not only has been there for 13 years and can give the actual facts of the matter. There is an attorney that is now making sure that he checks those names, because many of those names are not even, those children are no longer here. So that's another question that would naturally occur. What happened to all those names of the children where they cannot even match the names to them? They had an empty schoolhouse, where the lie that was told is that it's 300 children that was attending that school, when such is not the case. They've been out in the field working in those cocoa farms. And the other disturbing factor about this is that it's in Ghana.
In Ghana?
In Ghana. That's why I started out in lyric style, because we know that many of our people have gone to Ghana and they've gone there being with the promise that, you know, when they lay eyes upon their brothers and sisters who look like ourselves, and the reuniting of, you know, returning to a section of the continent of Africa is something that, you know, they wanted to remain there, because wherever they are, they must not have seen what I saw in the report. It's an ongoing investigative report. The idea that it is now known to me that the billionaires will not come forward, and that they're the makers of Twix, Milky Way, Musketeers, et cetera, and so on. The retail stores are not going to be able to move fast enough. If that's not enough, this will compound the situation, because the amount of employees, et cetera, involved. So whomever you are, billionaires, you need to come forward and make this right, because that is abuse. That is abuse, and is innocuous for a child to be holding that type of a machine.
A weapon. 5 years of age?
It's 5 years and older. And babies, when you look at them, you know, they're out there, and you don't know if the scars is from them because your tiny little hands misty, or they're out there not just chopping through to get to the coconut, but also holding the coconut, which is bigger than their hand. And so, as I'll say it again, for anyone who does watch it, hold the hand of another. And for all those prayer warriors, now is the time. Now is the time.
Now is most certainly the time.
Bring that to a close.
Oh, Miss Audrey. Quite honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know how to process that, quite honestly. Family, but Miss Audrey said it best. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time to pray. Now is definitely the time to pray. You know, every day, like I acknowledge every day there's something, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. There's just something every day. And again, Miss Audrey said it best. Now is the time to pray. Miss Audrey, thank you as always for calling. Family, it's time for us to take a short break. I'm going to take the time to gather myself, but stay with us, because we have some more good stuff actually to talk about when we come back. All right, family, stay with us.
And now,
in the midst of challenging times, our Black spaces, our voices, and our stories are under attack. Our goal? To reach 2,000 members by the end of the year. We need your support now more than ever. WURD Radio has been your trusted source for Black talk media for 20 years, and we want to continue making history for another 20. This is urgent, and the time to act is now. Help us move forward and up to reach our goal. Visit WURDradio.com and join the movement. Let's stand together. Let's make a difference. Go to WURDradio.com and become a member today.
JD's Auto Body and Painting, Philly's premier painted body shop, provides everything you need for expert auto body repairs. Car accidents are an unexpected occurrence. It's stressful, interrupts your life, and causes unexpected expenses. So let JD's professional staff and expert technicians relieve your stress and get your car back to pre-accident condition fast. Get your free estimates with 10% savings today. Call 215-848-5949. JD's Auto Body and Painting, Wayne Avenue and Washington Lane in Philadelphia. Gets the job done right the first time. Expert workmanship, frame service, top-of-the-line painting, detailing, free towing, claims assistance, deductible help, and all work is guaranteed. Find out what it feels like to be a valued customer. Call 215-848-5949. Philly's leader in auto body and painting, JD's Auto. Visit JD'sAutoBodyAndPainting.com. Hey, this is Doug Henderson, and I trust my car repairs to JD's Auto Body and Painting.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $374 million. $374 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. The holiday season is fast approaching, and the Fresh Grocer of Monument, 4160 Monument Road, will cover all Philadelphia beverage taxable items starting November 3rd to January 4th. This is our gift to you. This offer is for soda, juices, and other family staples. Available only at Fresh Grocer, 4160 Monument Road.
Texting him back. I'm just posting a story. I'm just changing the song.
No. When it comes to distracted driving, just don't. Sending a text takes your eyes off the road for just 5 seconds, but in that time, your car can travel the length of an entire football field. Any distracted driving just isn't worth it.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is your celebration.
Keith Henderson. I am the manager of technical operations for PICO's workforce development team. Wishing WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
I'm Trish Downey, and I am the Senior Director of External Communications at Hopeful, HOPEPHL.org, and we just want to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
Hi, my name is Jim Olmsted. I'm the Vice President of Sales for Jefferson Health Plans. We're here in Philadelphia in the community. We'd love to wish WURD a happy 20th anniversary.
Hello, my name is Eric Kendall. I want to wish WURD, the WURD family, a happy anniversary, happy birthday. God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. We need you and we love you.
We're celebrating 20 years of progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick. I thought I would have enough time during the break to digest the comments that both Miss Audrey and Ron made prior to the break, but it wasn't enough time. I don't know how much time it will take, because all of it was quite honestly a lot. And I do want to say a few things about it. I was first grappling with having a conversation about caregivers and the care of our elders and those in need, because, let's face it, that is real. That is so real. That is so real. And Ron, I'm so grateful for you that you have your granddaughter to care for you. And I have been a caregiver for a few of my family members. And when I tell you, there's nothing more disappointing than having to advocate for your loved one, and realizing that it's nonstop. It is nonstop. You have to be there every day. You have to be there. You have to be there every moment of every day. And it's just to all the caregivers, I send you extra love. To that point, that's what I'm trying to get at, because I overstand what you're dealing with and working through and trying to navigate. So I send you extra love. I send you extra hugs because it is so real. It is so real. Our healthcare system is a mess. And just know that you are not alone. And as it pertains to child labor and abuse, I still, it amazes me that here we are in 2023 knocking on 24's door, and that we still have discoveries such as that. You know, I know I can hear some of you saying, well, Carol, that's because you're always, the glass half full person. I am. I am. I am. I am. And it's because I have faith and I'm prayerful, and I just believe in us as human beings. I just want us to get it right. I want us to get it right. I want us to do better. But like I said earlier, every day there's another story as devastating as the next about something else that is taking place in this world. And it is horrifying. It's horrifying. Horrifying. A 5-year-old with a machete in their hand. A 5-year-old shouldn't know what a machete is, let alone be in possession of one. In any event, I do want to acknowledge our family members that are checking in. Eric is checking in. Hi there, Eric. So nice to have you join us. He's sending love, laughs, smiles, and applause. And it is so received. Thank you so much. Malcolm is sharing that he's watching and listening from West Mount Airy. Hey there, Malcolm. Always, always happy to have you join us. And Harry shares that he's feeling down today because he lost his neighbor of 23 years. You already know, Harry. You already know. Your Love and Life family are sending you extra love and hugs. We're praying with you and we're praying for you, for your comfort at this time, and sending condolences. Absolutely. Pepper shares that you have to have someone advocate for you. Yes. Well, Briggs is checking in. Hi there, family. Willie is checking in as well from South Carolina. Hi there, Willie. Always happy to have you join us. Raphael. Hi, brother Raphael. Happy to have you join us as well. And Malcolm shares that he can relate. He was a caregiver for his mother, his grandmother, and his uncle. Yes. Same here, several family members, and it hurts. So again, Ron, I'm so grateful that you do have your granddaughter who is in your corner, who is helping, who is there with you. It's such a blessing. It's truly a blessing. And to those of you who have family members who need you, be there for them. Be there for them. And not with any other intent than to just love on them and care for them. I'll say that. So, family, what I do want to do, I want to shift for a moment. I just want to take a pivot because we do have a visitor with us today, and I want you to know him. I want you to know who he is. I always enjoy introducing you to extraordinary human beings. I think we're all just out here trying to be and trying to do, but he is doing. Okay, let me tell you that he is doing. He is an award-winning vocalist, songwriter, producer, and actor. Didn't I tell you? He's out here doing. His work has been featured on HBO, PBS, Netflix, MTV, VH1, BET, ESPN, Fox. Listen, CBS, and the list goes on and on and on. But he's just, like I said, a good guy, just an overall good guy. And I want you to know him even better than what you see on the screen. So, family, I introduce you and invite you to the conversation with Rob Murat. Hi there, Rob. Welcome.
Hi there. How are you?
A little heavy right now, but good.
Yeah, I was listening in. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this world. And Rob, first of all, thank you for coming and welcome to our space.
No, thank you for having me, Carol.
Oh,
it's an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
It's a pleasure and privilege. But we here at Love and Life, we talk about everything. everything. And I appreciate that we do, because we help each other through things as well here. I know the family uplifts me when I come in when I'm heavy.
Yeah.
So because there's so much going on in the world and so much for us all to process and navigate, I appreciate having this space here, being able to do so.
Yeah. Yes,
But I
indeed.
wanted the family to get to know you today. I was hoping to bring some joy, you know, through you and with our conversation with you. So, Rob, first, I did not share with our family from where you come. Would you tell our family members from where you come and just a little bit about you growing up?
I'm originally from New York. Spent some time in Philly. I went to school at the University of Pennsylvania, so very familiar with those grounds. And back and forth now between LA and New York. So bi-coastal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what and at what age? Well, let me ask you this, because I know um, more about your acting career than I do you as a vocalist, which is probably crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So, can you talk with us about which of the two came first for you? Was it drum?
Music.
Was it acting? It was
Music.
music. It was,
Music.
see
Yeah.
that? That's
Yeah.
see that. See
Yeah.
that? And how'd you transition? How'd you transition into acting?
I don't look at it as a transition, more of kind of like an addition. So I've been doing music almost all my life. And there came a point where I was touring and started taking lessons as I was also doing the music thing. And there was a pivot moment, and I activated it. And it just so happens was when I went over to LA a few years ago, maybe in 2014. Yeah.
So you were taking what kind of lessons, you said?
Acting
You were
lessons.
taking
Yeah.
acting lessons in
Acting
New
and
York?
voice.
Or?
Acting and voice, both in New York and in LA. More voice here in LA. Acting was back and forth. Started here and then ended up in LA. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting when you just say, well, I don't see it as a transition. I guess you're right about that, because it's all entertainment. So
Yeah.
it is on on the same playing field, if you will.
And also in my mind, when people say transition, I think of leaving one to go to the other. Music was never left. I just added acting to the pool. So, yeah. So in
And
addition.
there's some acting in music too. We
Oh
act
yeah.
when we
Oh yeah.
there's some acting in music.
There's
So it's
acting
an
in
expansion.
life.
There sure is, isn't there?
Yes, indeed.
OMG. It's an
Yep.
expansion. It's
Yes, indeed.
definitely an expansion.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation last night about the state of music and the industry as a whole, and the images and the music that are typically pushed. So I'm curious to know, do you find any difficulties navigating today's industry when it comes to image, music, or how you actually push your music?
When it comes to image, it all depends on where you're looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wherever your attention is what you'll see. So there's always something disappointing to be seen in the industry if you're looking in that direction. But there's a lot of uplifting stuff, a lot of light
Mm-hmm.
if you look in that direction as well. So that's where I keep my focus and my attention, and I do my best not to be distracted. And if my offering to the industry leans in that direction, then I guess that helps diminish the darkness and uplifts the light, if I can speak in general terms. And I'm
I
not
can
sure
so
exactly what images you're talking about, but I know of some very disappointing stuff happening in the industry.
yeah, that was to what I was alluding. Quite honestly, we had such an in-depth conversation about it last night that I don't want to cloud my conversation with you with it. But
Yeah.
I was curious to know, because I mean it exists.
Mhm.
But I definitely like your approach and what you said to it. And you're absolutely right about it. It depends on
Yeah.
where you look, it depends on
Yeah.
what you want. You
Sure.
know, we were acknowledging, and I mean the family as a whole, and our guest from last night, we were acknowledging that that it just the majority of what we see and what is spoon-fed
Yeah.
is oftentimes not good stuff, not
Right.
not
Right.
positive,
Sure.
not
Yeah.
positive,
Yeah.
and or progressive in some ways. So,
Right.
um, But I'm happy to hear the response that you gave to us. So thank you for that.
Family,
for those of you who just joined us, well, welcome to Love and Life right here on WURD. We're talking with Rob Murat, and he is, for lack of a better way of describing him, a Renaissance man. How about that? We'll say that because he does so many things. Yes, he does. He does so many things. But he's here to talk with us about his journey and to fill us in some more. But it's time for us to take just a short commercial break. But stay with us because we're coming right back.
Tailgating season is here. Keep things sizzling all season long with Dietz & Watson. Fire up the grill with perfectly smoked premium franks and sausages, or enjoy endless sandwich combos with fresh sliced meats and cheeses in a variety of bold flavors. There's something for everyone in the family, plus plenty of protein-packed snacks. Head to DietzandWatson.com to find a ShopRite store near you. Dietz & Watson, it's a family thing. Premium meats and artisan cheeses since 1939. Tune in to EcoWord Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 11 a.m. for the PA Lottery EcoWord Tip of the Day. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Rob Murat. And before the break, Rob was just telling us from where he comes. He said, listen, I was born and bred in, I tried to say raised and bred at the same time. I don't know what's happening with my mouth tonight. Okay, you were braised. Okay, you were braised.
Brine.
My mouth is having a hard time tonight. I'm sorry, family. Y'all know sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens. But Rob, I'm curious to know what initially sparked your interest in the arts.
Face that question a lot. I feel like the arts were stamped on my DNA. My grandfather is an internationally known jazz musician. He's no longer with us, but from his home, like from our homeland, where my family is from Haiti. And he was part of one of the biggest jazz groups, big jazz bands, the big bands in his day. And growing up, everyone would tell me, you know who your grandfather is? You know who your grandfather is? And he played the trumpet and he was an arranger. And that's what sparked my interest in music initially. And then from there, I was exposed to so many cultural influences in New York growing up that kind of shaped where we are today.
Oh, I don't doubt that. There's so much good stuff in New York. Oh, my goodness. It's like,
Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
just everywhere you turn. That's one of the best things about New York. There's so many different cultures, so many, so many palettes. Just you can just go dip into. I love that.
Yeah.
One of our family members is saying hello. Eric is saying hello, Rob. Welcome to the WURD family. How was your experience working with such a large entity like Netflix? And do you miss doing On My Block since season 4, that final chapter?
Yes. Yeah, that was an amazing show. It was good while it lasted. It was a shocking success on Netflix, and it was amazing to work with that family over there. It was great writers, great production, great cast. So it was an honor and a blessing to be part of that show.
I bet it was. I can imagine. Now, I was going to stop you while you were telling us about Pop. You can't just say my grandfather and he was, what is Pop's name? We listen.
Well, he has a long name, but the shortened is Antal Murat. So Antal Murat. and you can Google him, you'll find him. He's an arranger, Antal. The long name is Alcalcidas Aureus Murat, so that's a mouthful.
It is, but I love, but that's his name. I love it. That's his name.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell our family members, you can't just breeze things on by us. You can't do that. No, you cannot. Yeah, my grandfather, he was this and say, wait, whoa.
Hold on now.
Slow down, go fast. Slow down, go fast. Because we like to know and we like to support too.
Yeah.
You know, when our family members come, we like to dig deep. We do. Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, our family members are going to look up Antal Murat. Okay, that's Antal.
Yes.
Tell them, family, that's what we do, right? We support, we dig deep. That's what we do. So
I love it.
And so I am curious to know so much, quite honestly, just so much. What are some of the obstacles, I would say? I always ask, because everybody's journey is different, everybody's path is different.
Yeah.
But what are some of the most difficult obstacles that you've had to overcome in acting? Well, and in both, actually, in the music industry and in acting.
I'd say faith. You got to have faith. It's got to be rock solid faith that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. No matter the ups or the downs, no matter the obstacles, you've got to believe that what you're doing is for a reason. Not only that, it was planted in you to pursue it. So that's something that you battle with when you're first starting out, because there's so many no's, so many obstacles, so many doubts, starts and stops. And that's kind of the challenge on both lanes, music and in acting. And that's something that I've wrestled with and kind of gotten very, very good in handling. Yeah.
So between the two, do you prefer doing one more than the other? Or
I always sidestep that question and say no. If the question was, would you rather tour than be on set? At this current stage of my life, I probably would want to be on set, but also recording and working with other musicians, amazing musicians and such. But traveling the world for performances, I've done, and it's because of family and such. It's better to be a little slightly more stationary. And yeah.
And that's exactly why I ask. Having the history that I have with music, that's where I am now. I love doing one-offs. I love, you pop out, you pop in. And
those are great. Those are wonderful.
Love that. The long gone are the days when we would be on our tour buses and be out for, a long time.
A short tour is cool, but
Yeah, absolutely. Short tour, but a long time. Well, I'm saying that because the tours, and God, I'm in no way saying that I did not enjoy, and I don't want to be misunderstood in any way. So family, I say this to you and to God and to whoever else is within earshot. Okay. I am in no way saying that I did not enjoy and do not enjoy what I'm so privileged to be able to do, what we are privileged to be able to do. I'm not saying that at all. But for the reason that you stated, at this point in my life, in my maturation process, being close to family, it means so much more. When you're younger, you're working, you're on and off planes, on and off buses. But when you reach a level of adulthood, you want to be close to family. Sometimes, it's like, I just need to love up on my people.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And because the road can take, it takes a lot out of you. It's just good to be able to recharge with your loved ones.
Right. It can be done. It can be done. It can be done. And as you mature, there's room for performances. There's room for tours. It's just you have to craft them yourself, and as opposed to just being in a string of cities and being gone for half the year, and you don't want to do that. Yeah.
I mean, some may, but no, that's not where I am.
I would do Beyonce's.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she took some time off too.
Yeah,
She did
so
take some
true,
time.
true.
Yeah, so that was when she took time to have her kids
Right,
because she wasn't really touring when she had
right,
her kids initially,
right.
right? Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah. So like you said, power to Beyonce. Go
Yeah,
right, power to
yeah.
Beyonce. She's a mommy and she's got her baby out there with her.
Indeed.
Well,
God bless her. Yes.
right. So back to you. Okay,
Yeah.
back to you, Rob.
Mhm.
Yes. So can you tell our family members a little about your project? Good Day, Good People. We want to know all about it. I want them to know all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's been quite some time since I put out a full album. The
Mhm.
industry for me personally had evolved into a kind of a singles game and putting out singles and
Yeah.
and feeding out singles and all of the input I've gotten from publicists, teams, just people don't listen to albums anymore. And I never believed in that. And I was so busy in the acting world that I never really concentrated in putting out a full album until this year. It's been quite some time. I've had an album out before, but another
Mhm.
one uh, came out in September. Good Day, Good People, and I'm really happy and really proud about it. And the pandemic and the strike kind of gave me the leeway and the room to kind of really dig in and put together a project that I'm really proud about. We got some great guests on there. Our friend John Legend, Jay Ivy, who's a poet,
Yes.
Shatta Wale, all the way from Ghana. I know Ghana was mentioned earlier today on
Mhm.
the call, but one of Ghana's superstars, Shatta Wale, makes an appearance on the album, as well as Adina Tembi, who's an amazing vocalist out of Ghana as
Yeah.
well. So it's a great melting pot of sounds. It revolves around R&B. We push the limits a little bit. So there's some hip hop on there. There's some jazz on there, but it's quintessentially me and who I am. And my banner has always been long live feel good music. And that's what we
Mm.
hear on this project.
I can't wait to listen to the whole project. I've
Yes.
yes. And first of all, I mean, just kudos and congrats.
Oh, thank you.
I've had that same. You're welcome. You are so welcome. But I've had that same conversation about, where we are right now. People keep saying to me the same thing. People are not buying albums. They're not buying albums. But I just so happen. I love a good album.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is something to be said about a good album, whether you put it on and you go to that other world where you just sit, relax, and be taken away, or whether it's that album that that helps you get something done. Like I'm the person that puts
It's a good book. It's like a good book. It's got
yes,
the chapters. Every song is a chapter. They're supposed to be together, and there's thought behind how they all fit together. So it's different than putting out, a snack and snacks are great. Bite-sized snacks, singles are great, but putting an album together is a special experience. That's why it's sometimes hard to do a good one. Yeah.
And you've got our favorites, John Legend, Jay
Yeah.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Jay was here. He was here a few months ago.
Oh,
He was on the
great.
show a few
Yeah.
months
I
ago.
love Jay. That guy is super talented. Super talented. Yeah.
And of course, I know John from here. I remember when John was John Stevens selling his
Yes.
CDs at the table. You remember those days?
I think that's where I first met you. Those so many years ago. In those circles. Yeah. Yeah. John Stevens. Yeah.
Yes. And when you talk about Adina Tembi, oh my goodness.
She's good.
Yes, she is.
Good.
I love her. I
feel blessed to have the collaborations and features I've had on this project in the past, but this one's special. So really happy about it. Yeah.
Wow. So, now, what made you choose those individuals with whom to collaborate?
That's a great question. So every incident is different. So for example, for John, he got involved. We were writing a project for his album that came out 2 years ago, Legend, the double album. And we, the way it works is you pitch songs and they make cuts and such. So two songs made it to the final round. This one ballad, it was too close to a song he did with Lettucey in 6/8. So I was like, man, as opposed to letting this one just slip by the wayside, can I keep it? And he said, absolutely, do what you want with it. And, we wrote it together, and his voice is actually on the project because the way we write is we do a little gibberish before you get lyrics going. And I was like, there's a sound that fit in the hook, and it was his voice. And I was like, man, let's just leave it in there and make it sound like a sample. And he was like, let's do it. So that's
I love when that happens.
yeah.
I do.
Accidents, great accidents, right? So it's good.
Mhm.
The song is called "Believe It." Jay Ivy's a good friend of mine for many years. He was on my first album. He makes an appearance on this album and absolutely crushes it. I got into, it just so happens that I got into like a network of Ghanaians and African artists, do a lot of production in the Afrobeats world as well and whatnot. So I just have great alliances over there. I've visited the continent a few times, and Ghana and the artists over there, we just have great synergies, and I've got great relationships over there. And that's why Shatta Wale, Jupiter, and Adina Tembe are all on the project. So it's a blessing.
It's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you know what? I cannot speak of Jay Ivy without mentioning his other half, Tari.
Oh,
Because
Tari, come on
Tari,
now.
yeah,
Come on
what?
now. Come on
Oh
now.
my god. And they came, so
Can
he
I get a
came on.
moment? Give me
What?
2 seconds. 3. Okay. Come on now.
We not love Tari. Oh my god.
You can't just say Tari and
You
keep going.
can't. You cannot. You better pause. You had better pause. I love her. Okay. And they came on as a couple. They came to talk about being about married life, and he came on individually. Yes.
Wow.
So now I have to have Tari come back on and just talk about her.
Yes.
But and even, I just love them. But I love
Have you heard her live album? It's amazing. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard me say I love her. Yes,
Okay. All right.
yes,
All right.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Family, listen, I'm getting carried away. I'm looking at the time. It's time for us to take a commercial break. We're talking with Rob Murat. We're talking about life. We're talking about his life and his journey thus far. But it is time for us to take a short commercial break. Listen, the phone lines are still open, and feel free to comment on our socials. But whatever you do, stay with us because we'll be right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Evening Words.
So Yvette, tell us about yourself and what you do here at phscares.org and the Acoma Rites of Passage.
I have Philadelphia Health Services Incorporated. I founded it because I wanted the opportunity for kids that look like me to have their own safe space.
Just tell me, creating it, what was your process? What was your thinking?
The thinking was, how did I want it to impact kids and youth? And what did I want them to take away from it? So actually what I did was started to get some of the youth in my neighborhood, and I just started an informal focus group with them, asking them, what would you like to learn about? What would be good for you? What is it that you need? And they told me, they said, our own space.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what do you mean about your own space? They said, a space that we only have people that look like us.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's how I decided it would just be for kids of color.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Evening Words on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The holiday season is here. What a better way to say I love you than stuffing their stocking with scratch-offs. Whether naughty or nice, you can give your loved ones a chance to win big prizes and keep them occupied while you fix your holiday dinner. Look for the PA Lottery's new holiday scratch-offs. A happy holiday is only a scratch away. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month is brought to you by Comcast.
If you've ever used the internet at all, some of your personal information is out there floating around on the web. Depending on what you do online and the websites you visit, companies can store and sell your data over and over again. But a new app called Permission Slip might be able to help you get some of your privacy back. Permission Slip was developed by the nonprofit watchdog organization Consumer Reports and promises to help you see how much of your personal data companies collect and then act on your behalf to get it back. Once you know what data a company is collecting on you, the app will help you file a request to that company asking it to stop selling your personal info. You can also ask the company to delete your account and any data associated with it as well. And the best part about it, it's free to use for iPhone and Android users. So if you're feeling like your privacy is at risk online, use Permission Slip to take back control of your data. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
I love this song. I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Austin Center here, driver of the Discount Tire, number 2 Ford Mustang, and 2022 NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year. Having the right tire pressure on the racetrack is crucial to my success. Tire pressure is also critical to keeping you safe on the road. Whether it's for safe stopping distances in all seasons or getting the best gas mileage, you want to keep your vehicle's tires properly inflated. Check your tire pressure at least once a month or stop by a local tire retailer for an air check.
A message from the U.S. Tire Manufacturers Association.
Tune in to the Livelihood segment at 6:30 a.m. the fourth Monday of every month during The Source, hosted by Andrea Lawful Sanders, brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
Celebrating 20 years of progressive Black talk media. We're bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online at wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life. We are joined with none other than Rob Murat. If you were with us in the first hour, then you know we've been talking about life. We've been talking about everything under the umbrella of life, quite honestly, as it pertains to the arts. And Rob here is an award-winning vocalist, songwriter, producer, and actor. And he shared with us about his most recent project. Well, he's been sharing with us, I should say, and he will continue to do so. Share with us about his project, Good Day, Good People. I love that title, quite honestly. It just it makes you smile. Good day, good people. And, you know, I love the greeting in it all. But he was sharing with us about some of the incredible individuals with whom he's collaborated on the project. So as I just mentioned the title, from where did it come? Like when did you say, I know exactly what it is. I know what this is going. From when did it come? From where did it come?
Great question. I've done a bunch of interviews and nobody's really asked where the title came from. I've done tons of interviews and nobody ever stopped and said, hey, wait a minute, where did Good Day Good People come from? So anyone who knows me knows that that's a saying that I say, on my tagline on socials for years, or for over 10 years. It's been, that's my thing. Good day, good people. So it's great. If someone's down, good day, good people. If you're down, or it's my kind of greeting to light up the atmosphere or light up the message. It's at the end of my email. It's everywhere. So
see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's who I am. That's what I say. That's what I do. That's my signature. Ms. Lily shares, congratulations. Oh, thank you, Lily. Ms. Lily is sending that to you. And Ms. Julie shares, checking in. Hi, Ms. Julie, by the way. It's one of my love bugs, too. She shares, good evening, word. On my block, described as adolescence and life through their triumphs and life experiences. Both seasons 2 through 4, not both, seasons 2 through 4 can be watched on YouTube. Oh,
wow.
I did not know that. See that? Look at that. See, you learn stuff here, Rob. You learn stuff.
Wow. Okay. I wonder how Netflix will feel about that.
Right. Listen, how about that? Well, listen, okay, we got all kinds of stuff coming out of the woodwork tonight.
On these hills.
Like, wait, whoa, what?
Wait a minute.
What? Who said what? So you were sharing with us. Okay, so we were talking about the project, and we were
Yeah.
talking about On My Block, which is just one of the projects on which you've worked. I'm
Yes.
so curious to know, because it was so successful. Um, like what did that feel like to you or for you after having like when you were talking about taking lessons, you're acting, you're singing,
Yeah.
when your acting career started taking off,
Yeah.
I guess you could say, when you started realizing, okay, I'm getting, some like something I can sink my teeth into, something that
Yeah.
really feels good and something that people are seeing and watching. Like, how did that feel?
The first words that comes to mind is gratifying,
Mhm.
and rewarding. You climb and you climb, and when you get to a certain plateau, to climb
Mhm.
again, but when you get to a plateau, it's kind of an acknowledgement that, hey, I'm on the right path. So these victories along the way are validation.
They
So
make
it's
you
gratifying.
hungrier.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
hungrier, exactly. And it's human instinct. It's human. It's our human in us to always want to achieve more. So it's good that we get these wins along the way, no matter how big or small they are. I like
How
a
about
funny
that?
story, for example. We talk about acting. One of my very worst auditions ever in life happened probably a week or two before I booked the role that put me toe to toe with Halle Berry. Now, that first audition, I had contemplated giving up. And like, maybe this acting thing's not for
Mhm.
me. I bombed this audition. Like, this thing was so terribly wrong, right? It's like you're walking out of the
Mhm.
building, you're like, man, okay, so what else can I do with my life? Right. But 2 weeks later, you reach an audition and you book it, and you're toe to toe with a Academy Award winner Halle Berry. So I say that not to impress anyone, but to impress upon you that the victories, they come if you continue, and that's how it
Mhm.
feels when you achieve them. It's like validation that you didn't give up for a reason.
Thank you for that. See, that's
Yeah.
why I asked, Rob. That's why
Yes.
I asked. Because we've got family members that are listening, I definitely want them to know.
Yeah.
Um, because that's important. And like you said, it's not this is you're not being braggadocious at all. I'm asking you to share with us
Yeah.
about your life and about your journey and
Absolutely.
thus far and to what you aspire. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
just talking about everything. That's
Yeah,
what we
we're
do.
covering it. Yeah.
That's
And I
what we
want
do.
to
So
thank
what
you
was
again for having me on your show. You're amazing, Carol. I've been following you for forever, and I'm a fan, a true fan of
oh
yours. So thank you so much for this
yeah.
chat tonight. Yeah.
What? No, no, no. I was looking forward to it. I'm sure Steph explained. I said, okay, well, there was some tricky things at first. I had to I had to wait a minute. I had to
Right.
wait a minute. But you were coming. We were definitely going to have this
Yes,
conversation.
indeed. Yeah.
Absolutely. But kudos to you, because I'm a fan of yours. I'm a supporter of yours. Although
Thank
when I was saying, what's the funny thing is, because I'm a movie buff. I love movies.
Yeah.
Now, family, I know you know this, but I'm telling Rob because he doesn't know this. But I'm a movie buff, so I love movies. And On My Block was brought to my attention from one of my babies, one of my kids. I don't have any biological children, but one of
Okay.
my kids.
Yeah.
He said, "Mom, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch this. You just gotta see it. You gotta watch it." And I said, I don't. What is this
Right.
about adolescence? What
Right.
is this? He said, "No, Mom, watch it with me. Watch it
Right.
with me."
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was one of my babies that brought it to my attention, and it was it was good stuff. Really, really good stuff.
It's a great
Yeah.
show. It's a good show.
It is, yeah. And so, and I've shared with our family that your work has been featured on so many different outlets. I mean, major outlets as it pertains to acting. I want to make sure I'm specific when I'm talking about everything.
Yeah.
What would your message be to aspiring actors, musicians, those who are coming up today, right now, who are
Right.
starting right now?
Yeah.
What would your message be to them?
Simply believe. We
Mm.
waste a lot of time doubting ourselves
Oof.
and lacking confidence, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. I think you have to go to the bathroom, not to be crass. You get up and you go. You're going somewhere. If you drive, you hop in the car and you go. So if you set your mind on something and your vision on something, just go and believe that you'll get there. And that's a big, I said it flippantly as if it's easy. It's not easy. It's simple, but I definitely believe.
Well, you're talking to me, okay? You're not just talking. You're not just talking to those about. You're talking to me too.
I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to the mirror.
Listen, because sometimes, especially as a creative, we are emotional. We are really emotional beings.
Yeah.
And it can really be difficult sometimes to pour into ourselves.
Yeah.
And to pull ourselves to that place where we need to be to push.
And don't be a creative and a perfectionist.
God help you.
Let go.
You do.
You gotta learn to let go. Yeah.
Listen, I had a song once, so I was working on it, and I fixed it until it was broken. What? I was left to my own vices. I was, because I recorded by myself, and I'm here at home, and I said, "Oh my goodness, it feels so good. Let me just fix this. Let me just tweak that. Let me just no. I needed somebody to say no, and I did not have that. I broke it because when
funny thing that you bring that up. I was just having a conversation with another industry friend of mine a few weeks ago, and when you don't have that someone to say no or stop, the song tells you to stop. What you're creating gets involved in in its creation. It's kind of like I don't want to call it spiritual, maybe it is, but there's a connection that happens when you try to do too much to the song or to the track or whatever it is. It tells you to stop. You're like, oh, that doesn't fit. It tells you that you're about to break me. Stop.
No, seriously. And you better listen. You better be open. You better listen.
Yeah.
But I have done it. Sure will. I have done that. Now, is it the same with acting?
Sure. Everything. It's people like to say, is it the same with songwriting and acting? All of this stuff is living. Think about it. You're writing a song. What is it attached to? The life that you're living, or to a story. If you're acting, you're telling a story. You're playing a role, someone else's story, or a fictional story. If you're living, you're walking through this life. All of it is the same. So, if you're about to walk down the street and it gets dark and you hear a sound, you don't want to go down that route.
No.
Right? So same thing with the song. If it pushes back on you, you're like, oh, okay. And with acting, if you do too much, you can tell that it's not playing well on camera. So it's all living. It's the ecosystem, the experience of living. If that makes sense. I don't know.
No, it makes perfect sense to me. And it's about being in tune too, being open to it. Because you better you
have your antenna up.
You better. So is it the same and I'm mixing apples with oranges again with acting as it is with like with us when we're performing or when we're working with other musicians, it's so much better when there's that synergy, that energy, or when you're in tune or when you're open to the individuals with whom you're working. It just feels so good. Or like, do you get that sense of gratification when you're working opposite another actor or a group or with a group of actors and you all feel like that moment right there was fire? Like, does that happen?
Absolutely. It's all a collaboration. So when you're in the studio or even when you're on stage, a chef has to know how to sous chef, right? So you've got to be able to pass. You got to be in a line because it's a collaborative effort. So same thing when you're on set with other actors. It's a feel, it's a vibe. There's a script, but you also have to work your way around it. The script in music is the song or the creation of it or the vibe. Yeah.
So you have been afforded the opportunity to do so much in the realm of entertainment.
Yes.
What do you enjoy most about your career?
The creativity and the effect it affords for those who experience it. So ever since I was in school, and this is the reason why I got into entertainment, in my yearbook, I wrote to be a positive influence on others. And the easiest path I found to it was first music. Like music is everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's music. Whether you're sad, whether you're happy, you're at a party, club, on the car, it's the soundtrack of your life. It's there with you. It accompanies you. And so if I could play a part in that and somehow uplifting or being there when you need something to hear or listen to, then that inspired me. And I learned that early. And I found that in the visual medium, it's the same. If you're down, you put on that movie to pick you up, that series, whatever it is. Entertainment, the arts are an outlet, and if I can play a part in that in a positive way, then my life is complete.
It's definitely therapy.
Yeah.
So I shared with our family about your brand new album that came out in the fall, Good Day, Good People.
Yeah.
Can you please share with our family where they can find it?
Of course, absolutely. It's on all platforms. Everywhere you listen to music, download it, stream it, it's there. So name it, it's there. Spotify, Tidal, Apple, Amazon, it's there. You can find out more about me at robmurat.com, ROBMURAT.com. All links are there. And on social, the easiest way to find me is on IG, Rob Murat Official.
I love it. I love that official. That's
Yes,
always
indeed.
teasing.
Yes, indeed.
So now I can't just let the conversation go by with you just mentioning, I worked opposite Halle Berry, blah, 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 blah. We all love Halle. We do.
Yes.
We love Halle.
Yes, we do.
But what was that experience like, having worked with her specifically?
It was surreal because normally when you're on set, there are a lot of different actors, extras. And for this particular scene and setting and series of scenes, it was just me and her. And mind you, I'm coming off of this terrible audition where I'm contemplating leaving the industry. And for the next job I book is to be toe to toe with someone of the caliber of Halle, Miss Halle. It was an affirming experience, and it was thrilling because the show was extant on CBS, executive produced by Steven Spielberg. So that was it's kind of like an avant-garde kind of new age type of show. So that was thrilling in its own right. So Halle, and she was just amazing to meet and be and to work with.
Well, I'll tell you, I enjoyed that as well. When I saw the previews for it, I was excited about. I love stuff like that, so I couldn't wait.
Sci-fi.
So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love. I'm a
Yeah.
huge sci-fi lover.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was awesome. I do want to share that Miss Julie shares that she just listened to Good Day, Good People, NICE. Nice. Also listened to Let There Be Light. That song in and of itself can be the opening of a stage production, no doubt.
Yeah.
Thank you. I told you don't sleep on our family members.
They
Listen,
went and look, they went that on the spot. They're like, come on, right?
Right? Give me 1 minute.
If it was bad, they come back and be like, while I'm on the air. This is hot garbage.
My family members are nice. What you say about
and she said,
oh my goodness, our family members are nice. We are supportive. You probably would have gotten a baby. Well,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
But Rob, again, I can't thank you enough for just coming to spend some time with us and for sharing with us. Sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, just your knowledge with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much.
Carol, thank you so much again for having me. It's an honor. I love what you're doing. You're amazing. You're a pillar in this industry, and it's an absolute honor to be here with you this evening. Thank you for having me.
I will send your check for that. What in heavens to Murgatroyd? Look,
did I say it right? Did I say it right? I practiced. I said Billy.
Like, wait a minute, that was awesome. That's awesome. Can you say it again so I can record it? No, I'm just kidding. No.
I'll write it down.
Oh my goodness.
For your other
Family.
guests.
Okay, that's right. This is the script. This is the
Right.
script. Family, you know I have no sense. I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. But for those
appreciate
of
it.
you
Thank
who
you.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
For those of you who have just joined us, welcome. Welcome to the madness. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. I've held Rob hostage for long enough. We're going to let Rob jump, but when we come back, it's me and you. It's me and you. It's you and I. It's just us. We're going to talk about some things. So, family, know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials because we're coming right back.
Start your mornings off right with WURD. Tune in to Wake Up with WURD, hosted by award-winning journalist Solomon Jones, every weekday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. This morning show is filled with news, entertainment, dialogue, debates, and hot topics. Tune in to Wake Up with WURD, hosted by Solomon Jones, every weekday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Tune into Word Radio this Thursday at 10 a.m. for City Council Live, hosted by Ernest Owens. Join conversations that matter to your community with your local City Council members.
Words of empowerment.
Eric Nixon, multi-platform audio editor at WHYY. At the end of the day, when people are heard and when people are loved, the community in Philadelphia is like probably no other in the country. As far as it's a city of neighborhoods, a city of love, a city of people that really want to help each other and fulfill each other's needs and desires when they're able to, and want to give back to each other. But unfortunately, a lot of barriers keep people from doing that. But when we see how these barriers are taken down, or are eased a bit, there's the love there that Philly has for itself and for people that are welcome in the community, and we just got to get back to that. But I love seeing that when it's able to be shown.
This is Words of Joy and Empowerment on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Audio provided by Love Now Media. These words of joy and empowerment are brought to you by Comcast, the United Way, and Bank of America.
Lift up your voice, let it be heard. There is power in the
Cody Anderson was a pioneer and a giant in broadcasting, especially to the Black community. He was the former owner of WHAT 1340 AM, longtime general manager and president of WDAS 105.3 FM, and he was the first general manager of WURD Radio. Mr. Anderson is credited as the person who influenced WURD founder Walter P. Lomax Jr., MD, to buy the station. Cody Anderson wasn't just the general manager for WURD. He also co-hosted the weekly Electric Magazine show with Vicki Leach. Cody Anderson was a beloved member of the WURD family.
I believe that, and this is personal, it doesn't necessarily mean this is the rule, but I believe the role of Black radio is to educate, inform, to share information with this community that we're the center of. And we are, in fact, the center of this community. And I know that this community hangs on every word. And I found out some time ago what it means to this community, this radio station.
This 20th anniversary vignette was brought to you by Bank of America, the United Way, Comcast, and Wells Fargo.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. OMG, I do have some things that I need to share with you. Yes, I do. The first is about the harvest. WURD Radio is sharing a harvest for the world. Now through December 31st, Visit wordradio.com to find information on upcoming give back events in the Philadelphia area. If your organization is hosting free clothing giveaways, food drives, free workshops, community dinners, and more, please share the details using the form on our website. Visit wordradio.com/the harvest and look for the harvest banner. Family, it is harvest time, and we're sharing information on those giving back to the community. The harvest is brought to you by Comcast, Pico, Keystone First, and the United Way. We are Word, Progressive, Black Talk Media. I also want you to get ready, family. Get ready for our 7th annual empowerment experience, which is coming. Join Word Radio on Saturday, December 9th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church Family Life Center, located at 2800 West Cheltenham Avenue. So this year, we acknowledge the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics through Ujamaa with a culture-filled holiday marketplace experience featuring artisans and creators of color. You can shop from creations featuring jewelry, clothing, pop-ups, and more. There will also be health screenings, job and career resources, and empowering conversations. Interested in vending? All you have to do is call the station by dialing 215-425-7875 and press sales for more information. The empowerment experience is absolutely free. So keep it locked to Word and visit wordradio.com for more exciting details. Family, make sure you save the date though for Saturday, December 9th. Give the gift of culture this holiday season. The 2023 Empowerment Experience is sponsored by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, Brown's Family ShopRite, Dietz and Watson, Hers, and Pico. Well, family, I was telling you that in this the remaining time for this evening is just about me and you. Just about the two of us, just to talk to you, to find out what's going on with you and what's happening with you. I don't know what's going on with my throat tonight. It won't get clear. I don't like it. But in any event, Miss Audrey and Ron shared with us earlier some things that were heavy on their heart. And quite honestly, Miss Audrey, I still can't let go of that child labor and abuse story that you shared. And I know there is so much going on, so much going on. But it saddens me, as I said earlier, it truly does sadden me to know that we're still there. We are still there. Good, still there. I am curious to know, how are you making out in this weather? Y'all, yesterday I went to walk my little fur baby. You know, you've heard me talk about Chloe a time or two. And we were out there walking, and then came the snow flurries. I am so not ready for the winter. I am in denial, in the worst denial there could be. Just in denial of it all. Have you turned your heat on? Is your heat on? Have you turned it on? How are you making out? Were you out in those snow flurries yesterday? How are you making out in this? And I know we're in November. I know we're knocking on December's door. I know we are, but I still am not ready for the cold. I'm not ready for the winter. I'm just not ready. I am just not ready. But I'm curious to know if you are. You might be somebody who likes the cold. I don't know. You might just be into it. I don't know. But to that point, I did read a story. They were declaring a code blue this week ahead of dangerous cold temperatures. They're probably talking about today. With this cold. It was like 30 some odd degrees. I am not ready. I'm not ready. Ms. Roslyn says, well, no disrespect, Carol. She called me Caroline. With all these diseases out here, we need the snow to purify the ground and the air. It is well overdue, she shares. Yeah, you know what, Miss Roslyn, I'll tell you this. I don't like it. Now we do need it, but those two things are separate. We do need it. We do need the snow to purify the air, but I don't like it. I don't like it. When you see me, I am that person. I will look like an Eskimo. I'm going to tell you right now, if you see me outside, you might not recognize me because the only thing you might see are my eyes. I am the Eskimo. I am. Malcolm shares, it is cold out there. Yes, it is. But he shares his place is warm. I'm with you. It's nice and toasty. It's so nice and toasty in here. And Nasir shared his heat is on fire. It's too cold outside. I know that. I know. I'm not ready for the snow. I'll tell you, I was already complaining, and we only had snow flurries the other day, and I was already complaining about snow. Isn't that something? Already. Oh my goodness. So I do want to ask, how are you? Well, first, this is what I want to know. We're talking about this winter. Nick, are you a winter person? You like one of those winter babies, one of those people that loves the winter?
I have to say I'm not a winter baby. I do not care for snow, but I like the fall. I
Okay.
get real tired of wearing t-shirts and tank tops all day in the summer and springtime, so I like being able to wear my hoodies and kind of layer up. Um, that being said, it's getting pretty cold. I don't know where it's coming from. I thought I was going crazy when I saw some snow flurries yesterday. I was like, "There's no way it's." I didn't know what I was thinking.
Listen,
I got scared.
you were not alone. I was out there walking my fur child, and I said, "What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that?" And now I think it's supposed to be 50 degrees tomorrow, or 50 something tomorrow.
I'll take that 50 something. I'm not sure what it was yesterday, but I was bumbled up.
You are so right about that. I'll gladly take that 50 because that 50 tomorrow is going to feel like it's about 70. So I will take it. I will take it. Ms. Rosalind even shared. Look, she said tomorrow is supposed to be 51, so you have to change with the weather. That's the hard part, trying not to get sick in this, changing your layers. But she says no one can predict what God has for us. You're so right about that. So right about that. I do want to acknowledge Joey Dixon. Hi there. He is joining us and he's sending love and jazz to everybody. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so happy. I'm so happy to have you join us. Family, I don't know where my brain is tonight. I can't talk. Everything is just all over the place. So work with me. Work with me if you don't mind. If you don't mind. So I did see this today. I don't know how many Aretha Franklin fans we have. I love Aretha Franklin. But did you read the story that a judge awarded her properties to her sons? I did not know that was still ongoing. I did not know the lawsuit was still ongoing. I thought they had settled it a long time ago, like a long time ago, because I thought I thought that it was over and done with. But good for her sons. Good to read that. Good for her sons that the properties have been awarded to her. This read, it was interesting. I'm sharing this with you because I'm encouraging you all to handle your business, to make sure we have business handled. But this read, a judge overseeing the estate of Aretha Franklin awarded real estate to the late star's sons, citing a handwritten will from 2014 that was found between couch cushions. See, I told you, couch cushions. The decision on Monday came 4 months after a Detroit area jury said the document was valid. It was a valid will under Michigan law. Despite scribbles and many hard to read passages, Franklin had signed it and put a smiley face in the letter A. I thought that was really interesting, but it made me want to share with you. We were talking about caregiving tonight. Well, this is a part of it too, making sure that we all have our business handled, making sure that we have our affairs in order, so that things like this don't happen. Just making sure. And, we say that we're leaving this to our loved ones, to our children, to our family members, and then we don't we don't put things in place to do so. And then they're in litigation for such a long time. So it just made me want to share that with you, to just say,
Carol, do you mind if I jump in for a second on that?
no, I don't mind at all.
So I'm about 26 now,
Hmm.
and I have these conversations with, more than anything, I have them with my grandmother, because my grandmother is very forward thinking and she doesn't really get caught up in a whole lot of the sentimentality aspect of it.
Hmm.
So and I'm kind of the same way. I don't look into the future like she does, but I don't get myself caught up in the emotional aspect of it, because at some point it's going to happen. It's better to be kind of prepared for it than it happens and then everybody scrambles. So
Hmm.
I would advise people to have those kinds of conversations. I had a conversation with my friend maybe 4 weeks ago when we were at this party, and we were talking about, well, what's going to happen if this parent goes or this loved one goes, and how, even though it's a morbid thing to discuss, if they have
Hmm.
a plan, then your best bet's probably following that plan, you know, because then you're honoring their wishes, and it's not as complicated as it can be. And
Exactly.
people in my family have lost properties, homes, assets, because things were not properly put into the will, and so people will
Hmm.
fight over it. Or you leave a house to somebody, they don't take care of it, they don't live in it, and then the city collects it. It's just something that I, I I'm sure it's very stressful and very hard for people to have those conversations, but very necessary.
It is so necessary, and it's responsible, Nick. It's
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah.
If we're being responsible, and I know family, like Nick said, I know. It's not a conversation that any of us want to have. It's not. None of us want to have the conversation, but it is so necessary, and it's being a responsible adult in doing so, and a responsible human being, in doing so and taking care of those matters. I did not. I was very, very young when the conversation was first brought to me, and I wanted to run from that conversation so badly. My aunt was the first person to have the conversation with me because I was handling her affairs. And I said, "Where are you going? Why are we talking about this?" And she said, It has to be done. We're being responsible." And I'm teaching what she said was that she was teaching me to be responsible. And I took care of everything then, and you're absolutely right. It was less stressful. There was so much less stress uh, when she was no longer here. And at the time, she wasn't ill. When we were talking about it, she wasn't ill. That she did not have a pre-existing condition or anything. She just wanted to be responsible. She was trying to teach me to do the same. So, so thank you for that. Thank you for that, Nick. Nasir is joining the conversation, and he shares, I saw that this morning. You have to have your affairs in order. Yes, yes. So many of us, and that happens. I see that a lot in our communities. So many that happens so often with us about and I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is. Why we don't. I don't know why. But I see it happen a lot with us. Yeah. And Miss Rosalind shares, I love Aretha Franklin. We have to protect our children. We do. We do. She also shares, my ancestors' houses are here in Philadelphia from 80 years ago, are still standing and in good shape. And they've always been passed down to individuals in our family. You must make sure your documents are signed, sealed, delivered, especially with the system. Yes, yes. And she shares, and even though her grandmother went to the third grade, all of her children were very educated. Let me tell you, to that point, my grandparents, they had property, and there wasn't a will of which any of us was aware. And I hired a private investigator to find the family of the individuals who sold the property to my grandparents, the properties to my grandparents, because there was so much at stake. And because all we had were the rent books of that my grandparents had, the original rent books. That was all we had for the properties that they owned. And the rent books read that everything had been paid in full. So I had to hire a private investigator to track down the family of the individuals, of the husband and wife that sold the properties to my grandparents, and their children signed a mortgage satisfaction piece. So I say this only because I know I've been, I've lived through that, and it's a lot. It can be a lot to deal with and to work through. And then y'all know how it can be too when you have several family members discussing property and everything else that could be at stake. So just asking, because I read that story and I said, just ask family members to take care of business, to handle business, please, and have these conversations, these necessary conversations. All right, family, we're going to take just a short break, but stay with us because we are coming right back.
Here's what you missed on Wake Up with Word.
Here's the thing. I don't care who is putting out money to say, run against this person, get this person out. I think one of the bedrocks of American society, of American democracy, is free speech. Rashida Tlaib is the only Palestinian American in the U.S. House of Representatives, and she's spoken out for her people. That's what you're supposed to do whenever you are in office. We had a mayor here, Mayor Rizzo. They asked Mayor Rizzo, why you keep giving contracts to your friends? He said, I'm supposed to give them to my enemies. He looked out for his community. He was Italian. He was from South Philly. And guess what? He looked out for Italians from South Philly. You had others who were in office who looked out for their people. And it's odd. It's only when people of color look out for their own people that it becomes a problem.
Tune in to Wake Up with Word with Solomon Jones every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $374 million. $374 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute?
When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important that you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you. You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Why is WURD important to the community?
Thank you for asking.
Let me count the ways.
And it's one of the most important radio stations in the country.
WURD has always been a platform for Black people in Philadelphia.
We're one of the only Black-owned talk radio stations in the country. We're one of 4 in the nation.
A lot of what's going on in the world today, I think, is a result of people feeling like they don't have a voice.
Without WURD, we wouldn't have such educated, loving, caring people of color who really are interested in what's going on in neighborhoods around the city.
WURD creates such a sense of community in the Black community here in Philadelphia.
It amplifies the voices that are mostly marginalized. It allows you to speak and be heard and to create your own narrative, your own story.
It's a place where we can share our thoughts, our ideas, our dreams.
You control who and what you say about yourself.
Every community needs a hub.
We are 20 years strong, giving voice to the community, and without the community, there will be no WURD. We are one and the same, and it is not a game. WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking. We're just talking about everything. You know, we do that from time to time. We just dig deep on what's happening in the world, and we talk about it. We talk about it. To that point, there are two things that I saw in the news in the past week. I meant to mention both of these things to you, and just asking what you think and how you feel. You know, as we talk tonight about just the state of the world, we were just talking about it. This particular story made me think, where are we? As Miss Audrey said, we need to start praying. Well, we need to start praying. This story reads Salcon Valley School District reaches a settlement after allegedly blocking Satan Club from school facilities. The Satanic Temple Incorporated will collect $200,000 after reaching a settlement with the Salcon Valley School District in a lawsuit where they alleged students and families' right to free speech and religious liberty were being infringed upon. According to the ACLU, the lawsuit alleged school district officials improperly barred the Satanic Temple's after school Satan Club from holding meetings on school premises. Y'all, if we don't start praying, if we don't start praying, if we don't get it together, I'm just curious to know what you think about that and how you feel about that. What I was having such a hard time when trying to digest that. Just trying to digest reading that. And listen, I know we're all entitled to free speech, but, and I say that with an ellipsis, but the second thing, I just wanted to plant that and I want to know what you think and how you feel. The second thing that I want to ask you about is this article I read about Amazon. Amazon will allow United States customers to buy cars on its site from local dealers starting next year. Did you see that article? If you want to buy a car, on Amazon, well, now you might just get your chance to do so. The e-commerce giant will launch vehicle sales in the United States next year and will allow local car dealers to sell directly to customers on its site. In a joint announcement with car manufacturer Hyundai, the two companies said Amazon will begin by offering Hyundai vehicles. Nick, would you buy your car from Amazon?
Yes.
Okay. You said that without it. Look, you said that without a doubt. Okay, I guess it's no different from Carvana or any of the other ones.
I mean, I'm guessing if it's on Amazon, it's not a brand new car, is it?
Now, see, they didn't give details on that, but I imagine it would be a brand new car. It's in partnership with Hyundai.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, I guess. I mean, can I test drive it first? You know.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work. You know, how does that work? How is that going to work? But that was what the article read. In next year, 2024, you will be able to purchase your car if you want to do so through Amazon.
Will it be same day delivery? I mean, are they going to keep that?
Well, listen, they haven't been doing so well with that lately. I said, wait a minute, I thought Prime members were supposed to get some sort of privilege. What happened to our same day delivery and whatnot? I've been getting messages lately from Amazon. There's been a disruption in your delivery. You'll receive it like 2 days later. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's pretty common now, and I can only guess it's chalked up to the holiday season ramping up, or I'm not sure, but yeah, the same day delivery has been kind of rare.
Yeah. But I read that and I thought, Amazon will allow United States customers to buy cars on its site. Well, yeah, I guess it is. They earn it from local dealers. So I guess you know what? As I'm reading that makes sense to me that you would probably be able to set it up so that you could go to the local dealership and test drive it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Like, how does Amazon make money off of that? You know, That's what I'm curious about.
The whole thing just sounds like too much to me. It sounds like too much. It really does. But when I thought about it at first, I was equating it to like the Carvana model.
Mhm.
You know how they sell cars, but you get to actually. Well, aren't they the ones with the cars in the tower or something? Like you get
Yeah,
to.
it's like a car vending machine kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know how that works either because I imagine you are unable to test drive it. You looks like you just look at it from the window and you just make your purchase, which
Yeah.
I don't have an interest in doing. But this just sounds like, someone trying to be innovative but doing too much to me. That's what that sounds like. That's what that sounds like. But Nick, when you said it without hesitation though. I said, Nick, would you buy your car from Amazon? You said yes.
Yes. I wonder what could go wrong. That's really what my thought process is. What could go wrong? I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll put the money up. I'll see. I'll be the test dummy there.
All right. All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to look to you, Nick, when you tell me. I'm going to look when you tell me, Carol, got my car. It'll be here on Friday. Amazon is delivering it. Malcolm shares he would need a test drive. He said, I'm going to need to. I'm with you, Malcolm. I need to sit in it. I need to drive it around a block or two. And Miss Rosalind said people are just doing anything to make money, Nick. They're just doing anything. See, that's how I feel. They're just trying to. Amazon, don't you get enough of our money? Don't you get enough? I know you get enough of mine. They certainly get enough of mine. But in any event, family, I always enjoy the time we spend together. I truly, truly, truly do. I really enjoy the time that I get to spend with you in not just in this space, but period. When I see you all out as well, I do. I do. And I've been seeing a lot of you as I've been doing one-offs in the more recent past with our beloved, our one and only Will Downing, who is celebrating a birthday today. I might add, I would be terribly remiss if I did not let you know because I did not share that with you earlier. But his birthday is today. Most recently, I shared with you a few weeks ago that he hosted a celebration of life party celebrating his birthday, his 60th birthday, and his mother's 95th birthday, and celebrating the life of his daughter that whose life was lost earlier this year, Aaron Shaban Downing. And it was awesome. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. It was just an amazing event. It really was. But I want to say happy birthday to you, Will Downing. Happy, happy, happy est of birthdays and many more. And I'm looking forward to seeing you, family members, those of you that are coming out this weekend to hang with us on December 2nd. We'll be in Collingswood, New Jersey, as a matter of fact, right over the bridge. We will be there doing the show on the 2nd. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. But I just want to say, just at its core, because I say it really quickly when I'm saying my good evening and my good night to you all. Thank you. But I really mean it. I mean it with every fiber of my being, and I mean it just from the bottom of my heart. Because I love getting to spend this time with you. I love having the privilege and the pleasure of being able to spend time with you. Wait, Frey is sharing. Hey, Frey, I miss you. She shares she purchased the car. She's blessed to drive now online. Oh, wow. It had everything about the car. She went to the dealership, test drove it, and it was pretty simple. Well, see, there we go, Nick. All right, Nick, there you go. There you go. It sounds like it's a simple process. Sounds like it's a real simple process. Thank you for sharing that, Frey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But family, wrapping up, I love you. I love you. I love you so much. God loves you so much more. I need you and want you to know that. But in light of some of the just subject matter we talked about tonight, I always ask you to be good to you, and I always ask you to be good to those around you. But I so mean it when I say it. I really, really mean that when I say it, because we need each other. We really, really need each other. And we are all we've got. We are all we've got. We are. So when I say be good to you, but be good to those around you, I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. I'm saying it because we need to do so. I'm asking you again to get your business affairs in order. I don't care how young you are or how seasoned you are. Get your business affairs in order. Let's take care of each other. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do it right and properly. To our guest tonight, Rob Murat, just thank you once again for just sharing, coming to spend some time and everything with us. It was a pleasure and a privilege. Family, it was a pleasure and a privilege just to be here with you once again. I can't say it enough. I know you're saying, stop saying it, Caroline. Well, no, I can't because I love you. I love you just that much. Nick and Niall, thank you both. I couldn't do any of this without you. Thank you to the entire WURD family. Family, God willing, I'll see you on tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your night, family. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9. For another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD. Have a good night, y'all.